Greetings, all of you. All are welcome with a new meditation of awareness. You are all invited to enjoy it, to learn from it, and to do something for yourself and maybe for someone else. But that is up to you and to me. So come with me, and for today is change as greed. This is your Pastor Yeti. Change as greed, that still leaves us with a big question. Do I do anything to change myself? I've got a big surprise for you. Lots of good news. You don't have to do anything. The more you do, the worse it gets. And let us come to an understanding. We're talking about awareness. And we know that we have to allow ourselves to work with our choices, and what we choose will also fill out our path. And if we believe in Jesus or not, or are we in another religion or whatever. So if I say you don't have to do anything, I think you quite understand. I hope so. Because sometimes the more you do, and it's not the first time that I hear that for some people, the more I work on that, the more it's difficult for me, because it's like it's blocking me. And this is the first experience you can really have, that it's sometimes you work too hard on it, that you are too much focused on it. So all you have to do is understand. Think of somebody, and of course for those who are retired, maybe this experience that I give you will maybe not come to you, but just follow me, okay? Think of somebody you are living with or working with whom you do not like, who causes negative feelings to arise in you. Let's help you to understand what's going on. The first thing you need to understand is that the negative feeling is inside you. You are responsible for the negative feeling and not the other person. Someone else in your place would be perfectly calm and at ease in the presence of this person. They wouldn't be affected. You are. Now, understand another thing, that you're making a demand. You have an expectation of this person. Can you get in touch with that? Then say to this person, I have no right to make any demands on you. In saying that, you will drop your expectation. I have no right to make demands on you. Oh, I'll protect myself from the consequences of your actions or your moods or whatever. But you can go right ahead and be what you choose to be. I have no right to make any demands on you. See what happens to you when you do this. If there's a resistance to saying it, how much you're going to discover about your me. Let the dictator in you come out. Let the tyrant come out. You thought you were such a little lamb, didn't you? But I'm a tyrant and you're a tyrant. A little variation on I am an ass and you're an ass. I am a dictator, you're a dictator. I want to run your life for you. I want to tell you exactly how you're accepted to be and how you're expected to be and how you're expected to behave. And you'd be better behave as I have decided, or I shall punish myself by having negative feelings. Remember what I told you, everybody's a lunatic. For those who just jump in, remember this is about awareness. This is not just pushing people away. This is coming to yourself and the experience to become awake. Come out of your sleep. There was a little town in America where people gathered in the evening to make music. They had a saxophonist, a drummer, and a violinist, mostly old people. They got together for the company and for the sheer joy of making music. Though they didn't do it very well. So they were enjoying themselves, having a great time, until one day they decided to get a new conductor who had a lot of ambition and drive. The new conductor told him, "Hey folks, we have to have a concert. We have to prepare a concert for the town." Then he gradually got rid of some people who didn't play too well, hired a few professional musicians, got on an orchestra into shape, and they all got their names in the newspapers. Wasn't that wonderful? So they decided to move to the big city and play there. But some of the old people had tears in their eyes, and they said, "It was so wonderful in the old days when we did things badly and enjoyed them." So cruelty came into their lives, but nobody recognized it as cruelty. See how lunatic people have become. Awakening should be a surprise. When you don't expect something to happen, and it happens, you feel surprise. Some people make awakening a goal. They are determined to get there, and they say, "I refuse to be happy until I am awakened." In that case, it's better to be the way you are, simply to be aware of the way you are. Simple awareness is happiness compared with trying to react all the time. I'm going to say this again. Simple awareness is happiness compared with trying to react all the time. People react so quickly because they are not aware. You will come to understand that there are times when you will inevitably react, even in awareness. But as awareness grows, you react less and act more. It really doesn't matter. And there's a story of a disciple who told his guru that he was going to a far place to meditate and hopefully attained enlightenment. So he sent the guru a note every 6 months to report the progress he was making. The first report said, "Now I understand what it means to lose the self." The guru tore up the note and threw it in the waste paper basket. After 6 months, he got another report which said, "Now I have attained sensitivity to all beings." He tore it up. Then a third report said, "Now I understand the secrets of the one and the many." It too was torn up. And so it went on for years, until finally no reports came in. After a time, the guru became curious, and one day there was a traveler going to that far place. The Guru said, "Why don't you find out what happened to that fellow?" Finally, he got a note from his disciple. It said, "What does it matter?" And when the Guru read that, he said, he made it. He made it. He finally got it. He got it. And there is a story about a soldier on the battlefield who would simply drop his rifle to the ground, pick up a scrap of paper lying there and look at it. Then he would let it flutter from his hands to the ground. And then he'd move somewhere else and do the same thing. So others said, "This man is exposing himself to death. He needs help." So they put him in the hospital and get the best psychiatrist to work on him. But it seemed to have no effect. He wandered around the wards picking up scraps of paper, looking at them idly and letting them flutter to the ground. In the end, they said, "We've got to discharge this man from the army." So they call him in and give him a discharge certificate, and he idly picks it up, looks at it and shouts, "This is it! This is it!" He finally got it. So begin to be aware of your present condition, wherever that condition is. Stop being a dictator. Stop trying to push yourself somewhere. Then someday you will understand that simply by awareness, and I say really awareness, you have already attained what you were pushing yourself toward. Blessings to all of you, my dear ones. This is your Pastor Yeti. Bye.